Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Aquarius March 2022 horoscope. Okay, I really appreciate you watching today. Okay, we're having a good month coming up in March. There are no retrograding planets, there are no eclipses, there are no major patterns in your chart. And so finally we can really feel like we're moving forward and getting stuff done whilst making a lot of spiritual progress at the same time. Okay, the interesting tidbit, which is not significant as far as astrology goes, is that some places in the US, particularly on Mountain Time or Pacific Time, they will get a second new moon on the 31st of the month, so that's known as a black moon. The rest of the world, eastern US and the middle of the US and Europe, UK, Australia, the rest of the world will be getting the new moon on the 1st of April, April Fool's Day. Okay, just briefly to explain, I like to draw two tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your astrology in depth and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so stick around for that. Okay, let's go to the board now and have a look at what's happening for you. Okay, cards first, and I've been shuffling these madly, and let's go with that one. Alrighty, so I'll close my eyes now. What do I see? A ladder straight in front of my face, rising up. Okay, taking a step up, going to a new level on something. So that's good. I'm getting something about thinking, analysis, concepts, strategizing, planning. No wonder, because we have a very busy month this month with Mercury jumping across 3 houses from your sign into the 2nd and 3rd house. So there is a lot of planning and activity this month, generally speaking. The card that comes up is a Justice card. This is about thinking very much, because you see here there's a sword in the hand, and that's about making decisions. You have to chop things out in order to make some other things. Okay, if you want to make a decision, you can't just be open to every possibility. You've got to narrow it down a little bit. She also weighs up what is happening and makes a decision. Okay, she doesn't have all of the evidence. That's why she's dressed in black, because she just doesn't have it all. But there is an owl on her shoulder that she listens to, and this is about intuition. It's very important to listen to your intuition, make a decision, take action. See all this red in the card? That's about taking action. Her feet on the ground is about being practical and being down to earth. Okay, so if you do have a legal matter perchance, this card will help you with human LAW, but it's more about natural law LORE. Okay, let's look at the second card, or the second half of the month, if you want to think about time, and we'll go with that one. Alrighty, closing my eyes now. I'm in a vehicle and I'm turning my vehicle to the left. Okay, that's about intuition. I guess this month is sort of like you've got to get the balance between your logical mind and your intuitive mind, and there are times for both, as always. The card that comes up is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so some strength in this card. It's often about your money, Pentacles. It is about being grounded and down to earth. And this could be also indicating travel, because knights like to lad about a bit. Even if you're a woman, you've got masculine energy. So there could be some sort of exploration, you know, and wanting to go out into the bigger world. But money is involved in that. There is a possible change in residence with this card indicated, but I wouldn't say that with a huge amount of confidence, because there's a lot of other things happening here at the moment. Change of residence isn't that high on the agenda. It's possibly because you do have Uranus here in your 4th house, and it does come up with unpredictable things sometimes. So yes, it's a possible. Okay, so bear these two cards in mind. I'm just going to put them like this. Of course, if you do change residence, there'll probably be leases involved, or, you know, if you're buying your own home, there's going to be legals. Both, you know, involve signing contracts and the like. So, yeah, that makes the first card look, you know, there's even more sense there. Okay, so I'm just going to make this bigger for you so you can see. All right, and we'll go like that, because there's a bit happening down there on the bottom. Okay, I mentioned no retrograding planets, eclipses or aspect patterns. This is known as a private chart, so it's more about you and your independence, your initiative, doing things off your own bat, okay, not relying on other people so much, okay. So co-rulers stay in the 1st and 4th houses, okay. So Aquarius and Saturn are your co-rulers. There's no sort of change there. These planets stay in these houses for a long time. So then we have, what have I put here? Stellium in the 12th. Oh, okay, a spiritual time, yes, because of this going on here. Pluto, Mars and Venus in your 12th house. It's a great time for looking at your dreams, spending time alone, spiritual renewal. Pluto is about life, death and rebirth, but also things to do with perhaps a new cycle, and the sort of darker side of it can be negative things like manipulation and control as well. We also have Mercury conjuncting Saturn in the 1st house here. There's Mercury and Saturn. This could be all about slow and deliberate thinking and communications. So Mercury is a very fast mover, so, you know, it's not for very long, but you just might find yourself taking your time on some important issues. Okay, let's talk about what's happening now for you. There is a big pile up of aspects and planets right at the beginning of the month. Really, the first week of the month, there is so much going on. So we've got Mars and Venus and the Sun doing lots and lots of different things, but it basically makes you more independent, and there's a lot more initiative. You want to strike out on your own, and you're likely to have more energy, and your willpower is very strong. Also, with Venus involved conjuncting Mars, there's a strong desire for love and affection. Even your friendships could benefit from this, but Venus loves love and is often very strong on romance. So, you know, if you want to get involved with someone, it might be a good time to reach out this month. And you also probably want to be surrounded by beauty and harmony as well. Sun conjuncts Sun, shining brightly, and this means that you could really stand out as an individual. The Sun is here in your 2nd house, so it brings a lot of insight and awareness to your finances, and then it moves into your 3rd house. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. New moon in your 2nd house brings new beginnings to your valuables. It's a great time now to secure all your property and you know, make sure everything's fine as far as security. And it's also a time when you might want to spend money. It's probably preferable if you buy practical things rather than just buying things on a whim, you know, like sort of wasting your money or you know, buying frivolous things. Sometimes the moon can do that. Cause us to spend money when it's in the 2nd house. Also, Sun sextiling Uranus at the beginning of the month. This is quite an interesting time. It's an unpredictable time. Positive things could happen actually out of the blue, and it is time to listen to your intuition and change your routine. Go somewhere you've never been before. From the 4th of March to the 5th of April, Venus moves into your sign and gives you a very strong desire for beauty and gracious surroundings. Art and music and creativity might appeal to you more at the moment, and it's a time when you can really practice being polite and gracious, because you're more likely to get what you want doing that rather than arguing. And there's a bit happening with Mars, so Mars can sometimes cause arguments, but Venus can smooth things over. From the 4th of March to the 14th of April, Mars moves into your sign as well, and this gives you a high level of energy. So it's a great thing to do some exercise if you can. Move, really pour your energies into work or something like that. You mightn't be feeling very patient or conciliatory now, and you might be up for a confrontation. But with Venus there too, from around the same time, until the 5th of April anyway, then she'll be able to smooth things over. So you might just find yourself feeling a bit irritable when you think about it. Then you can, back off and wait perhaps. So it's time to act, but just don't go at a bull at a gate, like a bull at a gate. From the 4th to the 7th, Venus conjuncture ascendant, and this makes you appear more attractive and charming, affectionate, and you could meet new people, as well as, even if you're not interested in romance, because not everybody is, you could meet new people and meet new friends, which would be nice. You can make an excellent first impression, and you might also be interested in sort of changing up your appearance, maybe your hair or makeup or clothes. And with that creativity going, you might actually even want to sew your own clothes or make your own clothes perhaps. Mercury in the 2nd house from the 9th to the 26th. There's a lot of discussions and thoughts about your finances, how you can improve your finances. There's also likely to be commercial transactions, and the focus is on your material security generally. It's a great time to talk to a financial planner and perhaps an accountant and get your business affairs in order. The 18th of March sees a full moon in your 9th house up here. This is called the house of the higher mind, and you might be thinking about study, particularly with all of these planets down here in the 3rd house as well. It's quite a busy time, so study could be on your agenda. But at the very least, you probably feel like going away for a little mini trip, going somewhere that you've never been before. Perhaps people from other countries are involved. You might find you have more to do with people with exotic or foreign connections. The 19th of March to the 19th of April, the Sun moves into your 3rd house here, giving you some awareness. Maybe I do want to study, I'm really interested in this and this. Maybe I can get some sort of qualification. It's also a busy, active time, especially with Mercury there as well. Lots of phone calls, lots of errands, running around your local area. Also chit-chat over the back fence to the neighbour or something like that. Or if you live in an apartment, you might even have some gala event to go to, like your apartment, has a celebration or something. Your street, there's a street party or something like that. Then we have Jupiter trining your MC from the 17th to the 26th of March. This is really fabulous for your career and your general life direction. You might have felt in the past, the recent past has been some sort of obstacles and impediments holding you back, but now these miraculously seem to disappear. There's steady growth and progress. You could be feeling more confident. You feel good about the direction of your life. And if you don't feel good, you see more clearly what you have to do to fix it so that you do feel better. It's important that your work is meaningful, and if it's not, this might give you enough energy to actually change jobs or do something to make your work more meaningful. It's not the time for, unpredictable events so much. It's just more about a gradual change and sort of trending upwards in direction in your life. Things are improving gradually. See if you can, spot some opportunities here. If you're so comfortable, you might just let things slide and not actually take advantage, which would be a shame. because there are opportunities coming on that level. 25th of March to the 10th of April, Mercury in your third house, I've already talked about. Yeah, socialising. It's also a good time to take a field trip for business. 27th of March to the 30th of March, Mars conjuncts Mercury. Be careful here because gives you a lot of energy in your communications, and you might be too sort of direct or forward because other people don't have this amount of energy. Yeah, they mightn't appreciate it. So just make sure that you're a bit gentle in your communications if you possibly can be. 29th of March to the 1st of April, Mars conjuncts Saturn. It's time to rely on yourself and your own resources. Gather in your scattered energies because you might have too many things on the go, and just, yeah, focus on a few things rather than trying to do too many different things. Okay, 31st is the second new moon or the black moon, depending on your location in your third house. So those in the US on Pacific or Mountain Time, you will have this on the 31st. Otherwise, everybody else will have this on the 1st of April. And this is bringing new beginnings to your communications. Your emotions might become involved in some way in your communications. It's not just about logic with this. But it does help you sort of increase rapport with other people, and also events from the past and feelings, memories, things like that might come back to you now, and they're likely to influence your thinking in some way. Okay, so that's your horoscope. So it looks pretty positive in many respects, dear Aquarius. Now, I'm just going to close my eyes now and see what I can see for you in March 2022. Okay, so I'm in a dark room at the moment. There's 3 steps just here. So some action steps, some action to be taken. There's a bit of red. I'm actually very much reminded by this Justice card. Okay, so there could be some legal things about, or sometimes this can indicate karma. And you might hear, you know, somebody that might have hurt you or done something, you might hear something and you say, well, that's karma at play, okay? Because I'm in this dark room and there's sort of red behind me or on the sides here. And I walk up these 3 steps. So only 3 little things I've got to do, a couple of little things. And I feel like I'm progressing. Now there's a train track in front of me. I am definitely progressing because I'm on the path. I'm on the track I need to be. And it's like I'm leaving all of that behind me, whatever it was. It's time to move on. And it doesn't feel like it requires a great deal of effort either. It's just sort of happening naturally. Now I've got a belly dancer in front of me and I can see her belly. This is the weirdest thing. It's like she's got a chastity belt, but she's not wearing it where you'd normally wear it. She's wearing it higher up around her solar plexus, which says to me there's been some restriction in power. So watch your digestion. You might find you're more sensitive to foods. Maybe take some probiotics because your stomach and abdomen could be more sensitive to food and, you know, things going around, bugs and stuff like that. And this restriction is just going to pop off. It's literally just opening up. It's like a bit of like a cage or something. It's also around your ribs, and it's just going to pop off. It's like it's outlived its time. This should have been dealt with a long time ago, but it's just corroded and rusted, and it's just going to break because it's just rusting away. And you'll be free of this encumbrance. So I feel quite excited for you. That means that you'll develop more confidence, more self-esteem, and there'll be more accomplishment and success around getting things done and getting the thing done that you want to get done. Okay, so that's it, Aquarius. I do hope this is helpful for you. Let me know in the comments or leave a like. That would be fabulous. I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, please think about subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, awesome Aquarius, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.